Hey there, quick announcement. I have an online course that you can enroll in now. Follow the link in the description of the video and I'll tell you more about the course after this. All right, welcome back. In this episode, in this chapter, in this lesson, whatever you want to call it, we're talking about the archetype of the worker bee. Now, bees are rather remarkable creatures. I don't know if you've ever had the chance to look at them, to actually see them in action, to look and see how do they do what they do. And if you do, you get the chance to see what a worker bee is. There's a reason why we have this phrase, worker bee or busy bee. So bees, if you look at them closely, what they do is exactly what you would expect. They go up to the flower and they inspect the flower, and if the flower's got some pollen, then they dig around and they collect a little bit, and then they move along to the next flower. And they go on and on, one to the next, to the next, to the next, until they've got enough pollen, and then they go back to the base, home base, and then they do their work there, and it's this process, right? It's a long process. It's work. It's a job that they do. And this, as a way of being, is something that we can learn from. This is something that, as an archetypal psychology structure, as a structure of mindset, as a structure of how should I be, a structure of how should I think, a structure of what should I be doing with myself? This is something very, very useful. It's an amazing way to think about what it is that you're doing. So when a worker bee is working, you will notice that they don't always get what they want. Some flowers don't have pollen. Some flowers they actually have to inspect. Now, of course, some flowers and some things, they don't even need to sense, right? It's not like they're sensing under the rock or up a tree in order to find pollen. They do have some sense of where to find what they want. But not exactly, because they do have to inspect it much closely. A little bit closer. So that is the first thing, right? A worker bee knows how to get what it wants. It knows where to find it, to a close enough degree that it can go and get it. Now look at how far off that is from where a lot of us live our lives some of the time, if not all of the time. Do you know how to get what you want? If you sit around and think about all the things that you want, all the things you don't have, all of those unfulfilled desires, oh, what a terrible thing to be wallowing in. Those terrible unfulfilled desires. Well, the worker bee doesn't have that. The worker bee knows how to get what it wants, and it does the work to go and get it. And when it does it, when it goes on that process, it doesn't exactly succeed, right? There are dead ends. The worker bee might go up to a flower and have to inspect it and look around and be like, well, there's nothing here. Some other bee has got it. Well, this flower isn't flowering enough pollen right now. Right? And there's a frustration. But if you look closely enough, you'll see that the frustration in the worker bee is short-lived, because all it's going to do is going to make sure that there's no pollen there, and then it's going to go on to the next flower. And how different is that to our own mindset? It is so easy. I'm guilty of this. We're all guilty of this. It is so easy to get hung up on our dead ends. I tried to get what I want and it didn't work out. I failed miserably. How long have we spent under that kind of mindset? How long have we spent feeling the feelings that go with that moment of going out to do the work, going out thinking you know where it is that you need to be to find what you want, and failing realizing there's nothing there, the disappointment. And there was work that went into it, right? The worker bee has an energy that goes into searching, an energy that goes into digging around for the pollen, or for whatever it is, if we're talking more broadly, metaphorically, whatever it is that they're searching for, there's an energy that is exerted in order to search. And how long we get hung up on that is rather staggering, because we can't see that this process of the worker bee, right, of going one step to the next, to the next, to the next, is what we really need in order to get what we want. To get what you want, you have to see it as a simple step within a process. So the worker bee doesn't think of failure. This word failing, and even this word succeeding, right? This dichotomy of failing and succeeding is a false dichotomy. This is something that in our mainstream society at the moment, with self-help and personal development and motivational speakers, they ramp up this thing of success, right? Big success, massive action, achievement. But the opposite side of that is failure, meritocracy. It's your own fault for not succeeding. And we sit in this bind, right? This duality, this contradiction, success or failure, not getting what I want or getting what I want. But this doesn't exist for the worker bee. The worker bee doesn't think like that. There's no massive action in the worker bee. There's only small actions. There's one little step at a time. Goes from one flower, looks around for a little bit, flies around to another flower. And there might be a whole range of thousands of dandelions that worker bee has to explore. Hey there, thanks for checking out this preview. As I mentioned before, I have an online course where you can access the full episode, the full talk. Follow the link in the description of this video to enroll today. And you can also see some of the other comments from the students. It's hosted on a wonderful platform called Udemy. So Udemy is one of the biggest online educational platforms in the world. It's all video content, lots of talking head content, and I've got a number of courses on there. And of course, this preview here is a part of the course that you can enroll in. So follow the link in the description of this video. You can watch more previews. Udemy has a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can see how I've got ratings there. I've got thousands of students. You can read the comments, hear what people are saying about the course. So go ahead, check it out, and enroll today. I look forward to seeing you there.